If you're anything like me, it's late February and you're starting to wonder if spring is ever going to show up. You're cold, you're frozen, and you're tired of the look of snow or having to wear 3 layers just to go outside. Sister, I feel you, I'm there with you, and I'm here to help. Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel for today's video, which is all about making it feel like spring even though it's not spring yet. I'm desperately clinging on to the hope and the knowledge that spring will come eventually, but I am so tired of being cold and just frozen. Like, cold. That's really what this is about. I'm kind of tired of seeing the snow, but I'm really tired of being cold. And I'm longing for the days of the beautiful Minnesota summer that it was when I moved here 6 months ago. We moved to Minneapolis back in July, and Minneapolis spoiled us by giving us a beautiful summer and early fall. And it was just to, you know, prepare us for the misery that is frozen tundra of a winter. And I love when people in Minnesota keep telling me, oh, this winter actually hasn't been that bad. I'm like, bite your tongue. It's so freaking cold that I can barely feel my hands in the comfort of my own home. Suffice it to say, I am ready for spring, and I'm trying to get into that mindset of spring even while there's still snow on the ground. And so that got me thinking, how can I kind of mentally prepare myself and like kind of get myself in that mood of like that freshness and that vibrancy that spring brings once everything thaws out and life starts to come back again. And I thought of 5 different things, little things, easy things that we can do to help bring spring into our life while it's still winter outside. Before we jump in, I just want to say a quick hello to anybody who's new to my channel. My name is Brianna and I am the diva behind Diva and the Divine, and I'm so glad you're here. And if you are a returning subscriber, a huge shout out to you. Thank you for being a loyal subscriber and supporter of me and my content. All right, 5 things that we can do, or 5 things that we can change and focus on to help us make it feel like spring even when it is still winter outside. And let's start with number 1, and that is to change up the scents that you expose yourself to. I find that scents are a huge trigger for me. They can bring warm memories and happiness and joy, and like I never realized it until the last handful of years just how scent oriented I am. I've always been someone who loves like the frilly products from Bath & Body Works, and don't get me started on the wallflower and candle collection I have in my linen closet. So I've always loved scents, but I've never realized just how much I'm like, ooh, this scent is Christmas, or this scent is fall, and things like that. Like, it can trigger emotions and memories and feelings. So what you have to do is you just have to change up the scents that you're exposing yourself to. Odds are we're still very much in winter mode and burning like warm baked good type candles and things like that. What would happen to you mentally if you switched it out and popped on a little bit more of a floral or a fresh scent or a clean linen scent, or make it smell like the window's been open and nature's getting in a little bit? Doing something as simple as changing the scents in your environment to trigger emotions and things that you associate with spring could help you get there mentally and help brighten things up even though winter is still happening. And I'm not just talking about candles either. I never realized this until recently, but I also change out my perfumes and body sprays based on the seasons. And I've been using Winter Candy Apple as my everyday spray. I have like my Bath & Body Works sprays and then my fancy perfumes, right? And I realized that I'm actually kind of over my favorite scent of Winter Candy Apple because winter feels like it's been dragging on forever. And so this morning, I ended up switching to a scent that was technically a Christmas scent, but much brighter. And it was like this lemon-based one. And it just brought so much life into me as I was spraying onto it. I was like, ooh, this is light. This is refreshing and fun. And it just felt completely different from the scent that I normally associate with Christmas and with winter time. And just that little subtle change kind of put a little bit of a spark back into my step while I could still smell it. You know what I mean? I also have a fragrance that's very much a summer scent, a beach scent, and I almost put that on today, but I know in the future I'm gonna put that on just to kind of be like, whoosh. Summer is coming, never fear, you're almost there, you will survive. So change up the scents that you have in your house to help trigger memories and emotions that you associate with spring and summer. Tip number 2 is wear brighter colors. And I don't just mean in clothes. I did try and put on like a springier top, and I don't have my arms covered either, so this is kind of like as spring as I can get in my house without freezing right now, but I did it. I put on a nice baby pink color. I put in a light headband in my hair, and I'm like, okay, feeling a little bit springy today. It's all good. Like this shirt I wore on stage when I sang on worship team on Easter. This is an Easter shirt. Cool, you know? And just kind of brightening things up and lightening things up. Colors that we associate with spring are bright pastel colors, and that might be an oxymoron, but that's okay. But like the nice Eastery, springy pastels, or if you want to take it a step further and just go flat out brighter colors. Wear the bold, not red lip, but like the bold berry lip or purple lip, or put a little bit of like holographic eyeshadow on or something like that. Just do a little something to add a pop of spring and summer color into your life. Your nails, I don't have my nails painted right now, but your nails is a great way to do this because then every time you look at your hands, you just see spring and it feels so good. So change up your colors. Wear something a little bit brighter one day or with florals on it or something like that to help evoke feelings of spring. Tip number 3 is very, very simple and so effective, and that is buy fresh flowers. My husband brought home flowers for me not that long ago, and it was the end of January, and he brought home these gorgeous purple flowers, and he's like, I didn't want to just buy roses, but I actually sat and thought about what would look really nice in our home, and our home is kind of painted this like creamy, almost yellow pastel color, and he brought home these gorgeous purple flowers, and I was so excited because I just put them in the vase and set them on our kitchen table, which is in the center of our main living area, and I'm just like, it brightens up everything. Literally just everything felt so much happier simply because there were fresh flowers sitting on our table, and it's something so simple. It costs $15 or $20, and some places even less than that, and it can bring you a week or two's worth of just joy and happiness and springtime feels even in the dead of winter. I highly suggest you go and buy some fresh flowers to just literally breathe a little bit more life and nature right into your home. Tip number 4 can be tricky depending on where you're located, but it's to get some sun anyway. And I don't necessarily mean go outside. This is something that I have been incorporating into my life very frequently, and it has been game changing, and it's been so fulfilling. So the way that our house is built, the sun comes up on this side and the sun goes down on the other side. And the way that the sun has been setting, it casts a gorgeous warm glow into our bedroom and into our living room for a couple of hours every late afternoon. And it's actually like, it's getting there. I'm going to go down there and do this as soon as I'm done filming this video because I don't want to miss the window. But I go downstairs, I stop what I'm doing. Whatever it is I'm doing, sometimes I'll bring it with me. Sometimes I make the choice to just do something different. Today, I'm going to go and grab a book and I will sit in my recliner or I will lay on my bed and I will just bask in the glory that is the half an hour to an hour of sun that comes through my window. Because thankfully, generally speaking, Minnesota, while cold and snowy, it's actually pretty sunny, which has been wonderful. So I go downstairs every day, and I will sit, and even if it's 15 minutes, and just literally, one day I sat against my dresser on the floor just so the sun would beat in on my face. And it's amazing how much better I feel. It's amazing that such a simple little change without even leaving my house, but just being intentional about seeking out that sunlight on a daily basis can be game changing. And yeah, it doesn't necessarily make it feel like spring, but it definitely makes the winter suck just a little bit less. And then my last tip for making winter feel like spring is to eat fruit, which might seem a little bit weird, but for me, fruit is something I heavily associate with summertime. In the summer, fruit is at its ripest. It is much more cost effective to buy fruit, and so I do in copious amounts. My husband and I are always eating strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, watermelons, all the fruits. All the fruits, and it is just so good. So even though I have a fridge full of strawberries as we speak, that is something that I definitely associate with spring and summertime. And so just incorporating more fresh fruits into my diet when they look good enough to eat is game changing. It really, really is, because for me that's like, ooh, this tastes like summer. Like, there is no greater joy in the winter than biting into like the perfect strawberry, which are hard to come by. Don't get me wrong, strawberries don't always taste great this time of year, but when you are surprised and you end up with like that perfect bite of strawberry in the dead of winter, you're like, oh. and just for a hot second, summer was in my life and it was good. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and buy the fruit and eat fruit or fruit flavored things. Guys, lemon flavored things are game changing when you need to feel a little bit more summer and springtime brightness in your life, even in the dead of winter. Even something as simple as lemon water or strawberry water, fruit infused water, just something to brighten things up a little bit and make you go, oh yeah. Oh yeah, peach tea. Peach tea is another good one because you could even have that warm and still have the peach summery flavor to give you those vibes without actually drinking something cold, you know? So I don't know, for me, fruit means summer, and bonus, you could also decorate with fruit. Did you think about that? Like, having a nice bowl of apples or a couple of lemons in a little like glass jar, like how bright does that make your room feel, right? I don't know, just a thought. I thought that fruit was such a great one that I'm just like, I never really thought about that. And then I cut up strawberries yesterday. I'm like, I feel like summer. And it was so nice. And so I was like, oh, fruit makes me feel like the seasons are changing, and that's awesome. So buy some fruit or fruit flavored things, and as you eat them, think spring and summer thoughts. And there you go, my friends. Those are 5 tips for making you feel a little bit more like springtime, even when the dead of winter is still happening outside. Do you have any other suggestions that I left out? Let me know in the comments below what some of your tips for making your house and your life feel like spring. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps give me the feedback I need to know what kind of content to continue to create for you. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, you know where it is. It's right there. Go ahead and hit it and join the community. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you are well. Stay warm, think spring, and I'll see you next time. Bye!